Let's have a look at problem 85A, an overhead budget. I think you'll find this to be one of the more straightforward budgets in the whole batch of budgets we're going to learn. Let's read through it and we'll kind of piece together what it's asking of us. Plural Inc. budgets direct labor hours for the first quarter as follows, and there's our labor hours. And then it notes that the company's variable overhead rate is $10 per direct labor hour. That's not our wage rate, but it's our variable overhead rate. Well, we're going to be budgeting overhead. We budget our labor hours. Our variable overhead is based on direct labor hours. So I hope you're seeing where we're going here. The company's fixed overhead is $100,000 a month. This number includes depreciation of $25,000. Something we'll do when we're budgeting is we'll calculate the total overhead or the total of any cost, and then we'll try to figure out, well, what does that mean for cash flow? And you'll know that depreciation doesn't involve cash, so we'll deduct out the depreciation, because not only do I want to know my overhead cost, which includes depreciation, I also want to know how much cash I got to pay for overhead costs, which doesn't include depreciation. And so we'll calculate two different numbers, and that's what they're required to ask. It says prepare the company's overhead budget for the quarter, show both total overhead and cash paid for manufacturing overhead. Okay, let's get to it. So Plural Inc. Manufacturing overhead budget. For the quarter ended March 31st. Okay, so we got our 3 months in the quarter, January, February, March. We got a quarter total here. And then we just got to start with what they gave us, and they gave us direct labor hours, and it's like, why did they give us direct labor hours? Well, you know and I know it's to calculate the variable overhead. So 75,000, this is a big company, right? If they've got 75,000 labor hours in a month, it's a lot of employees to get to that number. All right, well, I want to figure out my variable overhead cost, and it's $10 an hour, so I'm just going to multiply by the variable overhead rate here, which is, again, $10. And that's going to give me my variable overhead. So $750,000, $800,000, $950,000, and $2.5 million. Okay, that's my variable overhead. Well, what about fixed overhead? Now, we're going to do total fixed overhead, including depreciation. So $100,000 is my total fixed overhead. And it's fixed, so it doesn't change from month to month. That's what makes fixed costs fixed. Well, that's one of the elements anyway. So it's $300,000 for the quarter. And so my total overhead, and this is a key number, right? When you're figuring out what your product costs, it's material plus labor plus overhead. So the total overhead we're expecting in January is $850, February $900, March $1,050,000, and in total $2.8 million. But something you're interested in is the company going to run out of money? And so you're interested in cash in and cash out. So we got to figure out, well, how much cash are we expecting to pay out for overhead? And the answer is, well, it's all these overhead costs minus the depreciation, because depreciation is a non-cash expense. So we deduct depreciation. So our depreciation is $25,000, and we just say, okay, these are all costs, $850 in cost, but how much cash am I paying? Well, if I have $850 in overhead costs, only $825 represents negative cash flow. So that's going to be our cash paid for manufacturing overhead. Okay, and what about the next month? Well, it's again $25,000 reduction because depreciation, although it's an expense, it's a cost. It's a non-cash item. Take out $25,000 here as well. Gives us $1025. And we're going to take out $75,000 in total here. So that gives us $2,725,000. And remember, these are planning tools, right? Numbers aren't going to match this perfectly in reality, but it's useful to plan. Okay, this is how much I'm planning to spend. In the quarter, I got to spend about $2.7 million on overhead. Do I have the money to spend that, right? And as far as the total overhead goes, that's useful for costing your product, right? The total overhead cost goes into the cost of the product. So there you go. We have solved 8.5a as always. I'm hoping the video helped, and if it did, I hope you'll help me too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. The next video in our series is right up here, and if you want a supercut of all of the videos in this series, that's the one down below.